Hey, sorry, I was trying to adjust my hat so you guys could see my face. Sorry about that. So we are talking today about 3 slow cooker tips that's going to help you make sure your next one isn't a total flop. I think we can all probably attest to that at some points in our cooking careers, we have had a crock pot recipe just not turn out the way we wanted it to. We've all been there. So that is what we're going to talk about today. I have 3 simple, easy tips for you to follow to make sure that doesn't happen again. I want to introduce myself and thank you so very much for jumping on here live or watching the recording. My name is Vanessa Manus. I am the owner of Grace Fitness and Nutrition, and I love and am passionate about helping other women find a better walk of life than what they are currently living as far as it goes involved with their health, their nutrition, their fitness, and just being a wife and a mom. If we can be better at that, what better feeling is there to be the best wife and mom that you can be? So let's jump into the topic. 3 slow cooker tips to make sure that your next one isn't a total flip-flop, okay? So the first one, don't overdo the booze. Yeah, that's what I said, the booze. So some recipes do actually call for adding alcohol to them, whether it be like a white wine or a sherry or something like that. Keep in mind that just a splash of it is totally enough. The alcohol will not have a chance to actually boil off your food if you put more of that in the recipe than just more than a splash. So it's gonna leave like a raw, boozy, nasty taste to your food if you put more of it in there and that. Save it and drink it with your meal. Okay, so number 2, let the liquid boil off. Sometimes vegetables like onions, for example, they release a lot of liquid into a slow cooker recipe, which makes the sauce within it really, really thin. If the meat is cooked and you are wanting the sauce to be more of like a gravy type texture, consistency may have you, then what you need to do is actually place the slow cooker on a really high setting and totally remove your lid for about 30 to 45 minutes. This is going to allow the extra moisture in that sauce to boil off of it. So turn it up to a high setting, remove the lid for about 30 or 45 minutes, and the liquid should thicken up so it becomes the texture that you're wanting it to be. I would just keep an eye on it to make sure it gets exactly like you want it. The last tip I have for you is to be flexible with the time and the temperature. We've all, like I said at the very beginning, we've all had a crock pot recipe not turn out like the recipe card or the recipe in the book is described. We can't worry about that, even though we have our heart set on it tasting a certain way and looking a certain way. The reason is because slow cookers vary so much. One might run really, really hot and take a lot longer to cook. One might, it all varies. One may be shorter, and one may you have to set the temperature at medium whenever the recipe says high. It's just going to come with practicing and making more recipes with your crock pot. So experiment with the temperature, experiment with the time of your slow cooker, and just to make sure, your meats and things like that are cooked thoroughly. So the 3 tips, once again, are to don't overdo the booze or the alcohol that you're putting into your crock pot. Number 2, let the liquid boil off the top if you're wanting a more thicker consistency to the liquid that's within your recipe or within your crock pot. And number 3, you have to be flexible with the time and the temperature of your crock pot until you learn exactly how it's cooks. You may already know that if you've had your crock pot for a long time, but if you have a newer one, it's going to take some trial and error to get that to the way you want it. So there are my 3 tips for today. Like I said up in the title of this video, today is the day. My first ebook is out. It's called 10 Healthy Crockpot Recipes. They are perfect for your family. They are very easy to make. So the link is up in the title section, and you can click on that and it'll take you right to it. So if you found these tips helpful at all to yourself, please share this video on your page so that others can see those tips and listen to those tips, because it's getting into the crockpot season. We could all use as many tips as possible to make sure that we take care of our food in our crockpot the best way possible, and serve it to our family in the best way possible. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and we will chat with you all soon. And don't forget, go check out that crockpot recipe book. Bye.